Bloody hell, thank you for coming in. Morning, how you doing? Sorry, I was just getting past an accident. We have a little roundabout. I could zoom in, can't I? And the UK's joy of roundabouts. We had a wagon, which is there on the end. Well, they're trying to crane it. They've got two recovery vehicles and they just cannot lift it up. That was at just before 6:30 this morning. That happened. They cut the driver out. The driver's okay. He walked out of the crash. But they just can't right the wagon. And this whole road here is blocked. And it's one of the main roads through to Carlisle. So the side roads are really busy. How you doing? Hippy dippy, how you doing? Gavin, you alright? Roadhog. You alright, Adrian? We can't quite see out to sea. The sea is in the background there. Becca, how you doing? So we're taking Roadhog. T-Rep, how you doing? I've got a bag in my pocket. I need to hear the birds sing today. Mark, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. I've got a bag in my pocket. I want to get some samples from the beck that we're going to go into the sides of here. I wanted to go last time, but it was just too dangerous. It was very icy. Gavin, I'm a bit discombobulated. My phone decided to switch itself off during the night. So when I woke up late, I thought that it hadn't been charging and the battery had just died. But when I plugged it in, it's fully charged. And it's an iPhone, so it's not as simple to shut it off as just pressing a button. So God knows. Apart from that, I'm good. But yeah, that wagon. It's a curtain side wagon. I thought it was maybe an aggregate wagon, but it's not. They've got the curtains open, I think. No, they haven't got the curtains open. They're trying to lift it. Dale, how you doing? So, is that Sunfish? No, it's Grandma Kelly. Sorry, I thought you were Sunfish there. Ruth, good afternoon. And he said good morning. Mike, how are you? Scott? Lestrian, how you doing? There's a little breeze now. I've come out. About 1 degree Celsius this morning. Had the slightest of frosts, but it's not really warmed up from them. But I also came down here because I need to hear the birds. It's one of those days where I want to hear the birds sing. Sheena, how you doing? I mean, look at those clouds out to sea. Darlene, good afternoon. Well, good morning for you. Ruth, I was resting my eyelids a bit too heavy this morning. Can't believe I slept in. But it wasn't a massive sleep in my favour. But you know when you open your eyes and it's light, and then it kind of, you think, is it Saturday? Is it Sunday? And no, it's Friday. Stagger out of bed, stagger and get the little one staggering out of bed and out the door. We're going to be going over the Farmers Bridge as well, which is fun. And I do feel the urge to crawl across it. Well, I can't crawl across it because there's big gaps. It's basically some logs with big spaces between them and a rope that's way too low down. It's put side handles on the bridge, but they're only like about 2 foot tall. So for anyone above munchkin size, and the rope is very loose. It's interesting. Which should be fun. But after the big storms we had, I wanted to go back there. And my need for the birds, today's the day. The grass is starting to grow. this field will be used for silage. That will be the first cut. Kelly, thank you. Sorry, not very well. Oh, we've got a pheasant shoot. Fabulous. Whenever you hear the shots. The 1st of February is the end of pheasant shooting season. So it's normally the gamekeeper's shoot days at the end. The owner either keeps all the shoot days for themselves or has a syndicate, Angela, or he sells them off, various shoot days throughout the year. And at the end of the season, as a thank you, the gamekeepers have a keeper's day where they and the pickers up and the eaters have their own day out. But usually, the owners usually put on food and drink for them as a thank you for being out all season. So we could possibly have that. Although the owner on this side is a bit tight. Liebird, thank you for coming in. How are you? You have some beautiful birds. I love them. I can already see loads of finches. I love being down here. Ooh, Darlene, hang on. Darlene, whose trial are you streaming? Do you know what? I really, really, really wished I had high hopes that Amber Heard would get her appeal and we'd have to sit through it all again because it was the best TV I've ever watched. Frack, how are you doing? I am absolutely Team Johnny. I have been Team Johnny since they were together. And she's mad as a box of frogs. She's off her nut, that woman. So I was looking forward because I missed it. I really missed the end of the trial. Killer, how you doing? And her saying that she's going to lodge her appeal, I was like, get in, please do it. Because Johnny had a lot more he could have brought out in those arsenals. But it wasn't to be. She couldn't con another man to pay it all. But I did enjoy it. I was kind of lost when it finished. I do go back and watch bits now and again. And we have... Oh, you little birdie. There we go. That is a chaffinch. That's a female chaffinch. The males have the black wings and that white band on them, but the chests are really bright red to almost pink. The bigger finch is the bullfinch. They have a bigger black head. Sorry, the sun's coming down. A big black head and a beaming red bright chest. Beautiful birds. I have those nest in the garden. Nia, how are you doing? Oh no, I was watching the trial streamed. Is that them all up there? What have we got in here? We've got more chaffinch there. I have about 3 or 4 nests in the garden every year in that one strip of a hedge. Mike, how you doing? Chris, nice to see you. Ooh, what's for breakfast? Oh yeah, if I say anything that you don't understand, just ask me, because I have a few local sayings. Mad as a box of frogs. I'm not sure the origins of that one, you know. Off her TIT is another one for the likes of Heard, who's off a nut head. Regions kind of have their own little dialects and sayings. I have a lot from over Newcastle, over Northumberland, as well as Cumbria. Cumbria, a word for, this is an old, lovely old sandstone farmhouse. In Cumbria, a saying for windows is glimmers. No idea where they get all these sayings from and how they originated, but they are. We've got a nice old barn, sandstone barn, and that'll have been built with stone from in here where we're going. Frack, there were people here, there were the Romans here. They've pinned down a date of 209 AD because of the graffiti left by the Romans. The soldiers were taking the mickey out of their commanders, but also the emperor, who was Emperor Severus. You know, we've got arrow slits there to defend the land and be able to not get hit by the opposing side. You had arrow slits, enough space to fire an arrow through and see who you were aiming at, but not big enough for them to hit you back. Kirsty, how you doing? Anne-Marie. So this part of the wood that we're going to go into is just full of birds. It's the main bird part of the wood. They're all full of these hedgerows. Oh, cool, Chris. Yes, if I miss anyone, shout at me. I don't intend to be ignorant. But I'm still not great at walking, reading, speaking. And the chat disappears really quickly through YouTube itself. We'll see how high the water is. I don't think it'll be very high at all. Oh, cool, Kirsty. I'm addicted to, at the minute, hot Weetabix. I mean, boiling. It's boiled Weetabix in the microwave. Oh, put a sweetener in. Heavenly. So this is the Gelt. Oh, we've had one of those big tree trunks come back down. Killer, this place is scary when the water's high. It kind of flash floods and it's thunderous. Have a look on this side to see if it's this big tree at the start here. Let's have a look. Yeah, oh no, there's a... So you've got part of a tree buried there. It's actually sunk in. Finger, where are you? That's actually it. It's a big old oak. And then you've got another couple that come in at the bottom. Oh, sorry, Dale, it was the sun. And we are going to walk up, follow that stream up. I would love to have a look in the bottom of here. That's what we're going to follow. And hopefully I don't get wet. Oh, got a car behind. I thought it was going to be lovely and quiet because the road's shut with that accident. But people have been driving in the other way, I think. I've got my big thick coat on because today it's cold. It's not really risen above that 1 or 2 degrees yet. And it's not that long until the sun goes back down. Roadhog, you haven't even seen where we're going yet. We're following it up that way on this bank on the left hand side. We've got our own natural sluice and some nice crevices in this stone. See all those crevices? All the way along. And then we've got these pools on the left hand side. The car park is challenging. Good morning. The main road's just dirty because of all the cars in and out and the farm vehicles. Yeah, we should see more to go in. But again, lots of natural sluices and crevices to play in and have a look at. Ooh, what's for breakfast? Inquiring minds would like to know, i.e. me. So we're going to go up this bank and hopefully I don't go in because it's going to be cold if I do. This branch wasn't here the last time I came. Yes, I could quite easily do a rota of rotate through Angela's, Sazzy's, Challengings, Everybody's Kitchens. Now this would be a lovely little water slide. Old Man Homestead, good morning, how are you? This is on the bedrock, and the bedrock is so flat it tilts on this bit. Really pretty. How are you today, Claudia? Have I done it the right way? We're going in the water and then we're going up that side. Ooh, heck. Last time I was actually down in the water, it was right to the edge of here. So that's about a foot down to what it was. Hang on, I missed what Rhonda's making. Did I? Pancakes and sausage. Claudio is a very, very talented musician. If you haven't been over, oh God, this is going to be slippy. Go check out Claudio. Thank you so much, Claudio, for coming in. I love your music. Right, shadow. Can I show you what I'm seeing in there? I can. The sun rays hate me. Just going to try and scoop those up, see what they are. Probably nothing. Who knew that fake nails were so handy? Right, put that on my coat while I grab the other one. Have I got it? No. They're like little mini scoops. Nutter, how you doing, Nutter? What is that? Guess what that is? Half of an opened acorn. And it's actually starting to grow. So, for all it's just half of one, it's going to grow. So, I'm going to chuck it on a bank somewhere if I don't fall in the water and lose it. But I need to get myself on this bank without getting my hair tied up in. How slippy is it? Oh God, it's very slippy. Right, I'm just going to grab this tree that's not very thick and get up. There, I'm up-ish. So where are we going to put it? Oh, I'll carry it a bit further because if it grows here, it's just going to pull the bank down. I love this little stream. It's nothing massive, it's nothing major. It's just a lovely little place. You can see a lot of the sandstone and the quartz in there. Hang on, we'll just come down. What is that? Oh, it's got a face, look. See that face? You've got curly hair on top. Ooh, that's a bit scary looking. It's got a really pointy beard. It's winking. It's not a very nice face, is it? Can you see? Look at that face. Cookie, PA, how you doing? I'm just picking random stuff in the back. Right, I'm getting back up. Should go around that. Up and down is the way we're gonna go. Dale, it's going to be interesting. Last time I grabbed onto a tree that was about, an inch thick, and it wasn't exactly in the best of shape itself, which was a fun scramble. Right, let me get hold of that. And when it's all covered in leaves, you can't really see what you're putting your feet on. That was a bit of an evil face, wasn't it? I've picked it up, taken it home. I've also got a picture of my skull, the iron skull stone that I found. I need to post. I've had a lot of bank drop here. See on that side? Oh, Chris, what are you cooking? See how all that's given way. And we've got a bit of a logjam. Andy, how you doing? Got a big logjam there. There's a big old pool that's not normally there. Mama four boys, how you doing? I don't know if you can see how narrow that is. Okay. Should I go over the top? Memory serves me right, this little skinny thing is the tree that I held on to last time. Oh dear God, right, pay attention to what you're doing, like your phone. Hold on to the rotten one. Yes, that's a good idea, Shazit. Ooh. Ooh. There, I'm kind of down. How you doing, Nutter? Yeah, it is there. And I'm not going to shimmy over that, no. We're going to go over the dodgy Farmers Bridge. Oh, these, right, something's being eating a, what's that? An acorn. Aldi, how you doing? Something's been eating a pigeon on here. Oh God, I'm going to get mucky. Am I that lazy that I won't walk around it? Queen, how you doing? I'm not going to go mega around it, but I'm going to go over the top. Ooh. I did it. See, the only issue now is you see how steep that bank is. I've got to scramble that. But this little beck is worth it. I love it. Shandy. Oh, Shady. Shady, sorry, I thought you said Sandy. Shandy. You all right, Shady? How you doing? It's carved a big bank out, puddle out there. And again, you've got lots of natural sluice all the way along. How you doing, Shady? Ooh, someone's been down here making a fancy den. Yeah, he was on the other walking channel, Queen, today. See, you have natural sluices all the way along on that bedrock. I'm tempted to go and knock that log jam down. It's causing a bit of more damage to these upper banks. This one's been pretty much cleared out. This one was bad, this one was really high above it. Have a look on the backside, but you can see the banks washing out. But it has cleared the majority, which is good. Ooh, doesn't that look like one of those huge, horrible spiders? If I could show you that way. I can see it, why can't you? This way. There. Finger point. Where's my finger gone? There. Looks like a big old spider. How you doing, Cookie? And again, lots of natural sluice. I want to have a good scrat around in there. Dilbar, nice to see you. She got a sulk on. Oh, that's the way you do it. You hit them where it hurts. Mine, as I got older, it was their phones or their consoles. They used to think they'd won when they went to the bedroom and the console was still there until they realised that I had taken all the wires and charging cables. Yeti, how you doing? I can see lots of quartz in the bottom here and a lot of black sand. Just in time, Yeti, for me to potentially set my neck on this silly little bridge. Oh, I don't really want to walk under that. Big old oak. It's a funny angle. And we've had a bank collapse further on from all the bank on there. But again, you can see all black sand piled up across these banks. And that's really undercut there. Every late spring, summer, there's a gladiator challenge on in here. And this farmer type bridge device is part of that. Can you see the bow on the base and how that post is kind of rotten? And there's a lot of space between each of those bars. Hence, I don't like it very much. Angie, good morning, Angie. She talks a lot of sense and I love her outlook, views on stuff. Right, we've got about a foot and a half between each of these often rotten logs. Oh, Angie, God. Oh, Kelly, true. Do I really want to do this? Or do I want to go across the bank? Because, oh my God. Do I want to do it? See how some of them are rotting away. I hope this rope's sturdy or I'm in a whole world of trouble. Ooh. Oh my God, that was a drop. Ooh, I don't want to do it. I'm halfway there. Well, a third of the way. Angie is known as a farmer's bridge. Bodged together. Oh Lord. And I can't. Oh. Right, hold that tight, Shazit. Or you're in a whole world of trouble. I don't want to do this step. Oh, ooh, nearly there. My fingers are right white on this rope. It's about a 5-foot drop. Right, and don't go fast just because you're getting to the end. They're deliberately missing, I think, just to make your heart go. Even if I slip here, I'm going to break my leg. Yes! Did it. That was horrible. That was awful. Didn't like that at all. Look at that rotten one. That was one of the safer ones to actually step on, because at least you had a little bit of grip. Fun times. Right, onwards and upwards. I thought that was a little critter hole, but it's a bank drop. Just come along the bottom here, because next I've got to get up that thing. And again, this is where I could really do with some poles. That's a sweet chestnut. That's not going to last much longer. It's at a very dodgy angle. Although it'll make it easy to gather the chestnuts. I can hear all the banging. They're still trying to move that big wagon. Got a lot of disturbance there. It's 1 or 2 degrees, Angie. It was just on, if there was a frost, it was light. You see the disturbance in that bank. We've either had a flood through that's carried a lot of sand in, or a tree's fallen there. So that line of sand through the bank, back down to the soil and the cobbles. I think I'll lose signal if I go down. Right, people. I've got to get my backside up there. No, Shady, I'm just an idiot. Did you get it? But looking good. Right. Leaves and branches hidden underneath don't help, but roots do. Roots do. They give you steps on the bank. Lean forward so you don't go over backwards, because that's a high possibility. It's that steep. Oops, hand on the floor. Hopefully grab what's not dead. Yes, it's alive. Oh, it's steep. Right. If I fall backwards, I'm not going to go all the way. I'm going to hit the tree, which is preferable. Up here, there's a couple of squirrel stashes, so I might see the squirrels again. Well, that's waking my legs up. Ooh. On this path, we have had rituals. Sorry. We get the spring equinox and we get the winter equinox. Gifts given. Robert, how you doing? Sorry if I missed anyone. There's a cave further on that I cannot locate. I know it's a rough area, but I just can't see it. Who's done that? It's old. See how it looks like a leaf, a flower with a vein through it. Isn't that weird? Right, let's see if we see the squirrels. The rituals they use. See how this is a beech tree, but you've got that honeysuckle wrapped around it, and the rituals seem to be for those. They use those. They bring them a gift of flowers. Yeah, very probably. There's a shoot on today on the estate that we're close to on the other side of the river. Yeah, so heard some gunshots before. Right, squirrels, where are you, little critters? Oh, you have. What are you, little birdie? Blue tits. And they are hunting bugs. Oh, let me get you back. But they only use shotguns, so the shot doesn't really travel far, does it? This is a tree. Amanda, how you doing? Amanda, just a bit. So we've got a beech tree and we've got a honeysuckle vine. And the same tree in spring and winter equinox, they bring flowers and attach it to this tree. In spring, baby, how you doing? Good morning. In spring, they brought, what did they bring? Freesias, and attach them. And this time they use carnations. Look how that vine has shaped the tree. It's cut into it, strangled it a bit. And further on, you get stacks of sticks out of the ivy around the base of the trees. Little squirrels look like they've eaten their stash. They're normally hanging around here. Did I just hide it, the bury it? Maybe around this one. Let's have a look. Big old oak. Here you go, I found one of their stash holes. They've been stashing beech and acorns, I think, up in there. They dig it out. Let's see, all these acorns that they've been eating away at and nibbling at. They've had them buried under here. See, has that got a nibble out? See how, ooh, that one's got a bite out. I changed my hand hold. This is where the little squirrel's been stashing its goodies. Ooh, that's a bit rotten. Ooh. I'll not touch that again. But it's been digging them up. They'll stash them at the base of a tree, but they'll also just hide them. Like it's been hiding them in here underground. You've got the remains of some, but it's been sat nibbling the last day or so. It's still left little bits. And in there, we found a squirrel larder. Let's have a look down here. Little Sasquatches. Now I've learnt not to really walk this way because that's not a path. That's where the water runs down the hill. What is that? Is that a feeder? We've got nuthatches up in the tree there. Very intelligent little birds. They hide food and they remember the location for 30 days. But after that, their memory gets weaker and they forget, which benefits other little birdies because they get that stash too. We've got a metal feeder there. Didn't know it was there. I don't think it's been used for a long time. We'll cut round and have a look. If I don't fall, hands out your pockets. So, if you've got a tight bank, if it's loose, walk sideways. You've got better grip and more foothold if your foot's like that, coming down these banks. If that's broken, I might take it home and repair it and put it back up. Let's have a look. Might need some new wood attached to it. Ooh. We are at an ancient woodland where the Romans were at. And there was a big battle back in the day, in the 1500s. We are at one end of it to the Roman quarry. Try and cut off to go around this way. Saxon, how you going? No, England. I'm Northern England. I'm a stone's throw from Scotland. Ooh, what's been digging that out? We're going to have a look. So this feeder hasn't been used for a very long time. Let it come off. It's not even got anything in it. It's full of leaves. If I could take it off, I would take it home and fix it. How's he got it tied on the wire? Oh, it's padlocked on. Very old padlock as well. I can't go and fix it. Well, I could bring my stuff here. So, this is a remainder of the Ice Age. And the ice came tumbling through and carved out the landscape. Ooh, look at that. Do you know what I've got at home? I've got one of those cameras. Like you look down drains and holes to check for damage in pipes. Have a look in there, what's in there? Very soft this because it's all just gathered leaves below it. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I might come back with that camera and have a look in there and see how far that goes back. Now that's interesting, isn't it? I like things like that. In that scar, you've got sand and stone all built up above it. But that, I want to have a look in. I wouldn't even get me fat hand in there. It's what... There's my hand. There's how wide it is. If someone runs out, I'm going to have a heart attack. Easy digging, how you doing? But it looks to go back a fair way. Have I found? Ugh, look at all those wood lice. And lots of baby wood lice. I'll put that back up without squishing babies. Interesting. I'm going to come back and go in that. Ooh, heck. Awesome. How you doing? I'm quite excited about that. I'm just looking for more. There's potential. No, that's collapsed behind it. Potential for one there. Cheap seats, how you doing? But that one, it goes back and keeps going back. And that's just roots. Yeah, it's got holly above it. On top of the oak tree above. I'm coming back there and I'm going to have a big old look in that. Oh yeah, you don't get me excited. I get excited over things like that, you know. And the history of this place. Not only did you have, well, you had the Romans, they'll have had their own village set up here. They were here for a long time. But you also had that battle. Now those mercenaries would have been paid pint in gold before battle. Some would have kept it on them. Some would have hidden it to go back to. So they weren't robbed to get their full pay at the end of the battle, but they were all killed. So the Queen's troops would have helped themselves to the gold off the bodies. But there's still potential for a lot of gold hidden. Wouldn't it be nice to put that camera into that hold and see a shiny patch of gold? That's how excited my little imaginative brain gets. So I'm going to charge that camera up. It's just one of those for looking down drains. It's just a lens on a big long pipe. I'm going to charge that up and bring it up for a little look, because you never know. Ooh, heck. I nearly went flat on my back. Yeah, well, that battle was 1569. So my inquiring mind would love to know how deep down the land of that time is. If you catch my drift, is it like a metre down? Is it a metre and a half? Shaheen, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. You okay now, Yeti? I know it can take it out of you. But there's too many variables to work out how deep down that would be. It's not going to be on the surface. It's not going to be too deep. But when you have soil, you have compost just layering up and layering up and layering up. It's going to be down. But there again, this is really sandy. So it shouldn't, in theory, go too far down. And another point. So modern times, that river is down there. About 12 foot down, maybe. I'll come to the edge and I'll give you a look. Have you had to tweak your meds? Yeti. So there's the modern day river in the bottom of the ravine. There. That is where our little cave is, that my little mind's working overtime for. So it'd be interesting to work out how high that water was. Hello. Look at your eyes. Hiya. Beautiful. Do you, Frack? Ooh. Plugs for days. How you doing? Yeah, I bet you did. And Zaxon, how are you, my lovely friend? I might be able to take you down closer to the kettles because the water's down. And plugs for days, what have you been up to? If you don't know plugs for days, plugs, tight drop and your link will drop and people can come across to you. Lunatic, how you doing? Lunatic has some really cool videos on his. Check him out. Do you know what? I keep spying and spying and spying. Ooh, that one's a bit iffy. That's going to slide. Frack, no way. That's nuts. Look. Lucas, how you doing? Can't believe I slept in this morning. Not like range things and killed itself during the night. For all the water should be low. It doesn't sound low. I smell pot. Who's been having a sneaky spliff up here? That's not moss, it's a little plant. We'll have the wild garlic along here. It gets filled with bluebells in spring. It's just so pretty. I wonder if it was that couple I just passed. There's a strong smell of weed. I stand still so they stop. Frack, I'll have a look. Smells really strong. All these old signatures on the old trees. Happily the young ones don't do it these days. Oh, we've got people coming, I'll hold you down. Hiya, hello. Oh, I've got 3 Labradors later. Ah, lie, someone new's been at it. EB80 Samuel. We've got Mike. Hello, Kev. As I say, is that Outcast House? I thought it said we are here. I did have to take a picture of that. Look like Outcast Owls have been here. Right, let's go. And you find the birds all up this end because I bet it doesn't dare. The grass is growing here a lot. Let's see. It's already triggered into growth. No way. Yeti, that sounds lovely. Pizza, how you doing, Pizza? Look how high up we are now. And we're about to drop. How's the spandex and mankini collection, Pizza? Still bar, thank you very much. We're dropping down further into the woods. Yeah, so with that accident, the road's closed, and that's like the main road. And I was going to use that to go somewhere this morning. I had to cut around it, and on my way back I went to go on a little side road that I love that actually brings you out to the other side of this wood, and there was fire engines and police all parked up on there as well. Colour Powers, how you doing? You okay, Mark? The yard clearing. And that branch, it's nuts how it's rotted. You can see the 3 holes in it, it's got like slits through it. Plugs for days, yes I am. I'm in a county called Cumbria, close to the border with Scotland. You can see Scotland on the horizon from where I am. Up north, can't get much further northern England than where I'm at. Oh, Amanda, get in. Double check that video's running. Oh, I don't know what's so satisfying about it. I think it's the rip noise. All the guys doing it are trying to not make a sound. I think UK said he cut his early. Scooby, how you doing? No, I'll have an ask. Scooby, I didn't see, sorry, if you took it down. Peter, I've had fun trying to set my neck. When this tree was standing, it was covered in all these knobbles, and these knobbles looked like faces when you were below them. All right, Scoob, I'll have an ask around. And see how much has been carved from this bedrock. It doesn't sound so low. Oh, it is quite low. Let's see what's been washed into the kettles. It's amazing the strength of the water. I wouldn't mind being able to have... Oh! What did... Sniper TV? What was Sniper TV doing? Nightbot, behave. Hang on, Sniper TV. I'll give you a spanner, and if you do spam my chat... No, I'm about 2.5 hours further north, Scooby. Right, let's get down here. It's really dropped down. The second potholes, the newest ones, are visible. I'll be careful on the side of here because I don't want to go surfing on top of a big boulder. But you can't normally see these ones. All created because the sandstone's so soft. Can you see the water bubbling away inside that one? Over time, it just carves it away, and you get these potholes, what are called, kettles. That's had actually a lot, that top one, put in because it was pretty much empty. Sniper TV, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Sorry about Nightbot. Tango, how are you doing? Now there's a lot of signatures from locals on here that are now middle-aged fellas. And I know loads of them. Some from 1990, 1983. Marion and Colin. Ooh, I'll have to have a think about that one. But it's all covered in all these locals' names. They must have spent ages carving that out. No idea what that is. But none of them were brave enough to get out on these edge type ones. They've been on here. I want to get across the other side. That channel there must be so deep. I'm guessing about 5-6 foot deep. Ooh, what's Pete to do with cows? Pizza, what are you doing with cows? So I would love to get over there and get in all those and have a snoop about what's been deposited in the bottom. Inquiring minds, i.e. mine, would love to know. Dirt Road, happy birthday! Can I pin you? Oh, hang on. Dirt Road. Dirt Road, you share a birthday with... Why does it not let me pin it? Goo O'Shea, it's her birthday too. Sorry, I'm trying to pin it and it won't let me pin it. Derek, how you doing? Very, very happy birthday, Dirt Road. I hope you're getting treated like royalty. Alright, I'm just being careful because this is on a slant. I just love it down here. That's a lot of volume of water to go through that middle channel. A lot of water to go through. Ooh. 2 seconds, I'm just moving something. I love it, absolutely love it. Have you got anything special on today, Dirt Road? And as much as I want to go down there, ridiculously slippy, ridiculously. And that's going to end up being a very in-pain Shazit when she falls. Yeah, it's all on bedrock. Oh, Dirt Road. Do you know what? I've wanted goats for years. I would love goats. We had goats growing up. I just love them. They're just brilliant animals. They're so funny. Clever. And their stubborn, pedantic personalities. I love it. I find it endearing. I'd like to come back as a goat or honey badger for that reason. Everyone knows they're arseholes. Everyone expects them to be arseholes, so you get away with it without being told off too much. I would love goats. Let's get up this bank. We'll go this way along the animal track. Oh, are they? Lovely. that's the thing about floods. That's why everyone wants to come and have a look, and why I want to go back to where I was the other day, because I found some lovely little flakes of stuff. Do I want to go this way? I'll go maybe this way. Yeah, they maybe would. Scooby. This bank's going to be slippy. Cookie, I love them. If you've got Amazon Prime, look up Honey Badgers, Masters of Mayhem. Or on YouTube, Stofel the Honey Badger. Stofel. I love that honey badger. He is fabulous. He's very clever, very sneaky, and he outwits the humans every single time, and I love it. No, they don't. Well, Stofel, he was mauled by a lion. So he went to this reserve to get fixed up. And the owner of the reserve had a few bungalows for staff. I think holiday cottages. And Stofel was getting out the enclosure, raiding them and raiding the fridge. So he moved him to a second enclosure with taller sides. He was woke up in the middle of the night with a window smashing and a scratching at his bedroom door. And it was Stofel. Papa, how you doing? Good morning. So then he really went to war with Stofel. He took all the branches out of his enclosure so he couldn't use those to climb. So Stofel started piling rocks in the corners to make himself a ladder. At that point, they decided to take all the stones out, the rocks. But what did Stofel do? He started making mud balls. He rolled mud balls, piled them in the corner, and used those mud balls to get out. Ridiculously clever animal. Hi, Nanta, how you doing? Nice to see you. Yeti, this is my happy place. The energy in here is unbelievable. Then, after the mud balls, they got him a girlfriend who had Mrs. Stofel. I think he got mauled by a lion again. So we've got a seriously dodgy crack here. When that comes down, there's easily a ton of stone in that slab. Easily. And if someone's in this start of a cave formation, that's going to hurt. So, yes, they got Stofel and Mrs. Stofel after they fixed him up again. And he taught Mrs. Stofel to climb up a gate. Synchronised with him, they would both slide a lock on the gate, top and bottom, and open the gates up, and he'd get out again to go and raid the fridges and just destroy stuff. I love that honey badger. He's brilliant, so clever. He's the most intelligent animal I've ever come across. Making himself mud balls to... Oh my God, I nearly had a heart attack. Holy mother of God. Oh, jeez. There was a pheasant sat just there and I didn't see it. Oh, my heart. Yeah, making mud balls and piling them so he could get out. Yeah, I'll have a word with the local council. I've actually still got that split acorn that's growing in my pocket. I think I'm going to put it in here. Its roots will be very handy on this bank to keep it stood up. That pheasant had my heart in my mouth. Oh, thank you, Angela. I'm going to chuck it in the bottom of there. Hopefully it takes root. Now we've got dippers and kingfishers in here. I'd love to find them. Plugs. Weekends tend to be quiet in mine. Little one. I've got a little disabled girl and she's not up for walking very far, plus muscle tone and whatnot. So if I dragged her on the walks that I do, she'd hate me forever. She still hates me for dragging her here. We did a loop that ended up being about 4 miles. I bribed her with a picnic to come. I wish they'd turned this seat round so it was facing this way. And she just, that was 2 years ago. And if I ever mention a walk again, she looks at me with scared eyes. We've got is that a dipper? That's a dipper. Dippers are a little brown water bird with a white bib. There'll be a pair of them somewhere. We've got quite a few in here and they tend to only like really clean water. Scott. Where's Scott? There you are, how you doing? No. I change the name of the locations a lot of the time, just to protect myself from people turning up. So we've got a fault line. You're there, all the way through. And it goes all the way along and it travels right along here. And we've got a lot of trees starting to come down. So when that drops, the whole lot's going to go from back there, from the cliff face. The fault line runs there and then it dips down onto here. We've also got a second fault line up and on the top. But there's enough fall space for it not to impact the river and people walking down here. Has anyone else got anything juicy on this weekend? Anyone out going without magnets? Or I thought that was a big old cat up there. I'm seeing things now. You only just see something at the corner of your eye. Yeah, if you don't know Ian, go over and check her out. Sazzy in. Sorry, Sazzy, you alright? Sorry, I didn't see you. It's the thing with YouTube, the message, oh, there we go. Signal totally dropped me. You would have to get permission from, it's a public right of way. As long as you get permission, you can, yeah. I haven't got a metal detector. I would love one. There are so many places here that are just prime for a metal detector. I would love one. I think Jamie said he's got a pointer that I can have. That'll be helpful as well. I'll have to sweet talk Jamie for that. And here is the little dodgy bridge that's actually a piece of pine wood. Yeah, there's another place that I want to go as well with a lot of history to it with a metal detector that has huge history. Oh God. I came off my little bridge. Where someone slid, I'll use that as a step. In the summer, I can get down and pretty much walk the whole bank. Yeti, I don't know if you heard yesterday. I've got all the chickens that I hatched myself, and one, he hatched paralysed, apart from one wing. I've got videos on him. It's a place called George. And it was basically wryneck, so vitamin deficiency in the hen or the egg. Sassy, how are you doing? So, human vitamins. I had some energy tablets called Barocca. I use those with a dash of honey, some boiling water and some chick crumb. And I syringe fed him that every half hour or so. After 6 hours, I had him up on his feet and he was answering to his name. So other half relayed that story around the town. And also that he's given me a new name, which was the Cock Whisperer. So I walked in, local shop, a few days later, and they were going in. And I think, right, we hear you've got a new nickname. And then my heart sank because I knew. I went, we hear you called the Cock Whisperer. And I was so paranoid for ages after that. People were smiling at me. I was thinking, oh my God. So yeah, when I eventually get one, I'll need some lessons, people. Nice one, Dilbar. Dilbar, how are you? Yeah, it's embarrassing. But yeah, I fixed that chick. Normally, when the hatch paralysed like that, people don't tend to give them a go. But me being me, plus my little one, I'd already let her name it. So yeah, and that was Cheap Cheap's dad, George. He was more dog than cocker, and very well. There's videos of him on my channel. He would stalk people from behind to give them a peck on the leg. And he was my buddy. But a few days after his first birthday, I seen him laid in a pen. I thought, it's an unusual place for him to be sunbathing. But unfortunately, he'd gone. It was still warm. I tried to get him back, but it was too late. So I put eggs in the incubator that he could have been dad to. A lot of them failed part way through. But the very last egg that he could have been father to hatched, and that's Cheap Cheap. Yankee Kyle, how you doing? Yeti, right back at you. If any of you haven't been on Yetis, drop him. It's not letting me go through that way, so we're going to head up through the wood. Frack, right back at you. Frack's lovely. God, how long have I known you, Frack? Maybe a year and a half? Maybe longer, 2 years. Killer, how you doing? Jamie. Yeah, so Dale does a playlist of stuff with George. And the strange thing is, Cheap Cheap is, as a chick, as a video actually as well, of Cheap Cheap and his dad at the same age. Absolute double, but not just visually. In voice, it was bizarre how much he was like his dad. Well, he still is. His dad was a pure breed Buff Orpington, which is the big buff-coloured cream girls that I've got. But Cheap Cheap's a cross between a Buff Orp and his mum, Mildred. She's a Colombian blacktail. It's a part Rhode Island red and part like Sussex. So he shouldn't really. He's taken the Buff Orpington over the blacktail. Ooh, this looks slippy. But it was quite bizarre how much he sounds like him. And he does have some of his dad's odd character, shall we say. The being my bodyguard and stalking people from behind. If you turn your back on Cheap Cheap and he doesn't know you, he'll hunt you down. Before the wings come out, the head goes down, he runs, gives you a loving little peck on the back of the leg, runs through your legs, and then he takes off again. So funny. Urban Geordie, how bold are you? Ooh, did it hurt? Yeah, Jamie, are you sure you don't need that pointer? You've only just got it, haven't you? I'd like to have a look in that as well. We've got that big sandbar in the middle. There's huge rocks washed down. And just look at that down there. It's kind of like fairy tale land. I call that the truffle shuffle. There's a not very politically correct British comedian. He used to be really, really famous, but obviously he's not now. Called Roy Chubby Brown. And he was a big guy and he kind of embraced it and he called it the truffle shuffle. And Cheap Cheeks is just like him, so that's how it got named. And George's, funny enough. Cheap Cheap yet again was down at the back door this morning. Willow's been going in his pen and helping us out to his corn. Are you on the quayside? See how, this is how soft the sandstone is. You see the water coming off that ledge? It's creating that kettle there, that hole. Eventually that'll get bigger and bigger. Yeah. But Cheap Cheap does it perfectly. I also had a pigeon. The hawks have been busy in here. They're not actually shooting at the minute. They were shooting as I came in. Jigsaw, what's occurring? You alright? Demi, good morning, chick. How are you diddling? We're going to go up here. We're going to head right into where the birds are. $20. Is it? Have you done his full leg? Do you know what? Someone's going to end up completely bald at this rate. Oh, was there any squeals or intakes of breath? So funny. Yes, if anyone's not seen it or not heard about it, there's a challenge over it. I've got it in my about page, about my comment section, as has SB. It started out, and still is, just one wax strip, boys. Rip it off while you're videoing it and then post it. And then the ladies are going to have a vote. We need to still come up on categories. I thought, oh, look at that one. It's giving that tree a hug. It's holding it. How's that managed to grow around it? The Bud Files, good morning. Sue, chuck your link in, chick. The Bud Files, if you haven't been across, absolutely 100% worth it. Lovely family, very interesting places. Sue's just brilliant. And Joe has an encyclopedia for a brain. If you're going to go on a game show, you need Joe on your team because he just blows it all away. Shall we go that way? We'll go that way. Challenger, thank you so much for being here, chick. PPR, how you doing? I've got a bit of a lurgy, so it's hard going. Sore throat and tight chest and sinuses are thumping. Oh, my aching legs. Just chilling. How you doing? Jamie, I'll message on Facebook. I'll give you a postage for it as well. Yeah, there's a pheasant shooting estate that side of the wood. But we're in the last few days of the shooting season. How you doing? Just chilling. Sorry, there's a big old sand quarry on that side. You just see the top of it. There's almost solo motorbike tracks. They have some world championships there. A local lad was up on the tracks on his bike and he completely snapped his foot off from his leg just above the ankle. Miraculously, it didn't amputate and the bone stayed in that poking holes through his skin. But essentially, he amputated his foot. Took a lot of years of surgery to fix it. No, Scooby, it's pheasant shooting and it's shotguns. So for all they're not that far away, the shotgun shot doesn't actually travel that far and it fans out. If it was rifles, that's a different matter. But they seem to have moved to woods further along. Ooh, that's new. That wasn't there the last time I came through. Big old silver birch. Silver birch makes excellent kindling because of that papery bark, full of oil, easily peels off. It makes fantastic kindling and fire starters. I've got a couple of silver birches in the garden. Oh, we're going to get to look down into a woodpecker hole. Down in there, see the hole? We've had a nest. Have we had one in here? No, that one's not been dug out. That one has. We've also had a nest in there, but not for a long time. Let's have a look. Nesting materials. I know. Do you know what? Just the time difference sucks. Sucks massively. Squirrel on there. And it's going to hide around the back of that old rotten tree. There you go. Just come across to there. And it's a grey, it's not a red. Tim, how you doing? There's 2 or 3 squirrels up in there. Greys are invasive, they were present from the US. They're vicious little critters. And they've taken up from the reds. The reds are chased out and murdered. So they tend to try and protect woodlands where the greys haven't got into. Becca, but the reds are in huge decline. We do have a few woodlands here that still have them. But if the greys get in, they take over quickly. And they are controlled because they're invasive. Yeah, the little critters that destroy my bird feeders and bird boxes too. They get in the bird boxes and they'll take the eggs. They don't just eat nuts, they'll take eggs. I've had to replace so many bird box fronts. If you have some thin tin, like a coffee tin, that you can easily cut, you can even cut that kind of tin with scissors. The squirrels can't chew through that. So if you put a plate of that over your bird box holes, the squirrels can't destroy them. But it's not just them, you've got the jays, you've got, what else have you got? Jays, magpies, the cuckoo, well, the woodpeckers, they'll have a go. Just chilling when you're live next. Nina, thank you for coming in. How are you? Twin oak tree. I love how they grow together. Oh, we've got a little mousey digging a new home. It's dug a lot out as well, or could be one of the pesky squirrels getting its stash. Oh, 3 boys, nice one. Check each other out. See what you all do. I'm looking at that bank thinking, oh, I've got to get my icky arse up it. Number 4 boys, it's one of my favourite places in the world. The energy in here, peace is just out of this world. I wish I could bottle it up. A blackbird hiding in there, she's come out that side. But all the blackbirds, all the blue, the tit family, the blues, the greats, the caws, the robins, all the songs have changed. Breeding season's here, the sense spring. I felt a shift about 2 weeks ago. They just suddenly changed. If you want to see some absolutely stunning this bank actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm going to drop down onto that easier path. You never know, we might catch the deer. I absolutely love it, and you get to see more because the leaves aren't blocking all your view. I mean, look how wide this was at one point in time. It's huge. I think a chunk of ice came through here in prehistoric times. Lumpy bumpy. Nina, always. Let's see if my deer is still along here, because you never know, there might be. Thank you, Kaz. Sassy. Dale, do you like the heat then? Or do you hide from it? See, I love it. Badly love it. To the point where these 2 record-breaking heat waves we had in the summer where it was hitting 40 degrees, it hit 36 where I am. For telling people to stay indoors, danger to life, blah de blah. I sunbathed a whole lot. I sunbathed it all. I loved every single second of it. Oh, I just saw something in there. Hang on. I'll just get past these trees. No, I'm seeing things. I thought I saw a deer in there. Scott, have you got out on this weekend? Because a little one, mine tend to be quiet. My wings are clipped well and truly. And she has an issue with her thyroid, and hers tends to swing up and down. I mean, she's on meds, but I've just rubbed mud all over my face, you know that. Oh, here's that lovely old lady that I see. So she spends a lot of the weekend resting. She's just that tired, she could happily sleep all day long. So I let her do what she needs to do. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Oh, lovely. It's a lovely day for a walk.
It's quite nice, isn't it? It's dry.
Yeah, hopefully it dries out. I love that lady, it's lush. Nice one, Kaz. I'm not seeing the deer as yet. They maybe have moved on. But that doe might come back and have a fawn here again. So I'll be keeping a close eye for that. Lunatic, you see, if I sit down in the day, oh, I could nod off. The old eyes start to droop. Plus, I seize up and I get stiff. So I like to keep busy, pottering around. And if I do doze off through the day, I feel rubbish. I don't know if anyone else has had sleep paralysis, but I went through a phase if I fell asleep on the sofa. At the time I was working 2 jobs. I was working a care job and bar work. So one was starting at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'd get a couple of hours off in the afternoon and then I would be in the pub till midnight, sometimes way later with lock-ins. So I would have a little doze on the sofa. But sleep paralysis, oh my God, it's awful. It was a treat. This is where she had the fawn last year. Good morning, Sadie. And she was bedding down in this part This is the very first place that we saw her on the phone. Oh, it's terrifying. You can open your eyes, but you can't move your body, or you feel like you can open your eyes. And the feeling, you can still continue in a dream or be in a horrible dream and it becomes really vivid. You just can't move. And it made me feel absolutely awful in it. You just feel horrible. And you can't move. So I'll try not to doze off on the sofa because I don't like it at all. Yeah, Amanda, it is awful. And you're awake, your mind is awake. But the rest of you isn't, and there's nothing you can do. And if you are on those dream phases, it becomes so real, and of course, you're in between the two. And when you can't move, like you'll see it like with classical, someone having a nightmare in bed and they'll sit up and scream or whatever. You can't do it. You can't move. And you're trapped. It's not nice. I'm surprised the deer don't come over this side, you know. I never see them in here. But this side's ILD flu as well. Night, Lucas. Thank you so much for coming in. Or is it Dale that's going, chick? All right, night, Lucas. Lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in. Oh, what was my brother there? Too short. Hiya. Sweet dreams. And I've been, well, I have spooky things going in my house, right? We've got Shadow Dude, opens doors and switches on lights, and my daughter sees him standing. You've got him. I've seen him, two of her friends have seen him. I think I've seen him 3 or 4 times, mainly around the downstairs of the house. There's a girl, both me and my daughter have seen independently. She's spoken to my daughter. Now, I've been woken up before with my leg being lifted off the bed. I know it's happening, so I try and relax, really relax down. Oh, there's someone there. And then both my legs will lift. Then I'll lift to my waist. Then I'll lift to where my shoulders are on the bed. And then I'm lifted completely up and like shunted up against the headboard. That, I don't sense anything bad. It doesn't scare me. I just try and relax and ride it through. But that's iffy. And I can't decide. Skeptically, you could say that it's sleep paralysis, but yeah, it'll do. The girl, she was peering around my daughter's door, and when my daughter saw her, she said back to her, "Finally, you see me." And when she was explaining to me, I said, "Did she look like da 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 da?" And her face dropped because it was the same girl. She didn't think to check, but where she was stood around the door, there was drawers and noise. There's no possible way a person could stand there, because she was freaked out that she could hear her voice. I've caught voices on video before that I didn't even hear, but you do get that a lot with EVPs. She was in a bathroom next to a bedroom and she thought she heard someone walk into a bedroom, so she shouted hello, and a voice next to her said, "Only me." Well, that freaks her out. She just couldn't understand. She expected someone to be in a bedroom, but there was no one there. She's 21 now, but it all started happening around her when she was 16, 17. And it continues on. She was at a boyfriend's for the most of last week, and 3 times I had to go up and knock a bedroom light off because it was getting switched on again. Killer. Killer, how does it go for you? Do you get to feel awful, or do you get the dreams still running in your head? Now, for Shadow Dude, at first you could argue that it was sleep paralysis with her. She'd see this shadow man next to a door. She felt someone sat on a bed stroking her hair a couple of times. But with the lights getting switched on and the doors getting opened, that kind of, it's just more unexplained than it is, yeah, that's sleep paralysis. So really interesting. Hi SSC. No, you're not spamming. I've got a video on my channel. I was explaining to a friend how a woodwork works on a candle, and she messaged me back saying, who was the man in the room? And I was like, no one. So I listened back, and as I'm explaining it, a male voice says, okay, but it's like right over my shoulder, really close to me, and it scared the crap out of me. And it took me a while to just get over that I couldn't hear it at the time because it's loud on the video. Now, this house was built by the last owners. It's 30 years old. Before that it was a field, but you've got the Romans that have been passing close by. You had border reivers, you had raids from the Scottish borders into England. You had the battle with the Queen and the mercenaries in the mid to late 1500s. So you've got a lot of historical activity in the area. But it just makes me wonder what is really going on. We're going to go this way because I want to be nosy and see if they've managed to right that wagon. SSC, please don't spam the chat. If you type drop, Nightbot will drop your link. But please don't spam the chat. I've taken your wrench away, I've taken your jacket away for now. So please don't spam the chat or I will remove it permanently. Thank you. Now we're actually walking on a cycle route. It covers the whole north of England. Where SB is, he's got a similar marker. Yeah, he is. There's a little bit of a language barrier, but not a massive one, so removing the spanner, then I'll give them a second chance. Like Koala was coming in spamming my chat. When I removed the spanner, they would ask why, so I'd tell them. And they'd apologise. But then, as soon as they got the spanner back, they were continuing to do it, so Koala won't be back, unfortunately. No, I've taken his spanner. That'll be enough to get the message over for now. SSC is normally good. But again, it's just that barrier. Like SSC comes in for a little bit and then takes off. So the next time he comes in, he'll ask why he hasn't got a jacket. And I'll explain that Koala run out of their chances and they lost theirs forever and they got blocked. Do you know what? If I could be bothered and want to frame my brain, I could put into Nightbot messages on timers in different languages to say please don't spam the chat, just to get that through. But I'm not sure I've got the patience to do it. I think that this wagon is still on its side. I haven't managed to right it. The accident was about 6 o'clock this morning. Emergency services got there at about 6:30 this morning, and it's still on its side. 2 recovery wagons are here. It's a wagon about the same size as that one, from what I can see. But for whatever reason, that's the main road. That's the road that runs from the east to the west. It's the main, most trafficked roads in the north, between Carlisle and Newcastle. It links the A1 motorway, which is on the east coast, and the M6 motorway, which is on the west coast. So it's a big, busy road. But on the roundabout at the bottom, that wagon tipped over. And they've got 2. Ooh, is that the wrong side? No. They've got 2 recovery vehicles there with the cranes up, but they just can't lift it. That was good timing. A car let me through. Let's get over here and up. Yeah, it timed right that the traffic backed up. You've got that crawler lane for wagons coming down that are going too fast. Thank you. And a gravel bed in the base there. So when those wagons are hurtling down because they've just gone up a hill, I don't like being on that crawler lane or the escape lane for them getting out. Even the corn's starting to grow. But for whatever reason, I mean, the roads in the UK, they're concaved. I don't think you'll be able to see here. So water runs off the sides. Whether the wagons landed in really soft ground, I don't know, but there's 2 recoveries with the winches up really high. I just can't seem to move it. Oh, squirrel. That came close. And it's right up the tree. I thought it was down the bank there. So for the road to be shut off that roundabout, the UK and its roundabouts is a big pain in the backside, because the road that's blocked is the quickest link to the motorway taking you up the west coast of Scotland and down to the west coast of England. It means diverting through a road that's not really adapted for that big influx of traffic. So people, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to have to do a shoot, get away, I'm going to get the school run done. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you again Monday. I'll be live same time as usual, 12:40, and I'll see you in chats over the weekend, and I'll be on your channel. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all soon. Bye now.